Alright guys, so I haven't done many videos on Shenmue at all, but Shenmue is one of my favorite games of all time. Shenmue 1, 2, love them both. Bought a bootleg Shenmue 2 off of Amazon back in the day for Dreamcast. Because I was like, you know what, I want to play on the Dreamcast. And I thought I was buying like something different, and when it came in it was just on blank CDs. I'm like, alright, it wasn't bad for $20. Got to play on the Dreamcast, later on bought it for the Xbox, and I've loved it ever since. I have great memories of Shenmue 2, and really, I've been waiting for Shenmue 3 forever. And in my mind, which probably a lot of fans of the series probably have, is at this point, it doesn't matter what the game is. As long as it's playable, we get to find out the rest of the story and get to enjoy it. See, to me, I was like, you know what? It could look like Shenmue 2. Play it on a PS4, but looks like Shenmue 2. As long as the story gets done and the world is fun to explore, I don't really care visually what it looks like. I would have took a Shenmue 3 style graphic game if that would have kept the budget like, you know, as low to the floor as possible, but allowed for the world to be large, open, free to explore, roam around, and finish the story. So when I see this trailer, I was like, okay, it's awesome from standpoint. We're going to play the trailer a little bit, stop and pause, kind of talk about it. But yeah, I was so happy to see this trailer. So let's get into it. All right, so it's opening up right here, and you know what? A lot of people are complaining about the facial emotions, and yeah, they look a little stiff, but not looking at the emotions, which hopefully, you know, it says the gameplay is still not final. You know, they're still working on it, and hopefully that's the little details that they have to do last. Hopefully, you know, they've done everything else, and we're kind of at the point where, you know, they're going back and tweaking these little things here and there. But if you take away the emotions and some of like the little details here and there and take them out and just look at the overall visuals, I'm satisfied. The problem is they want to make money so that they can do another game, more stories. And I know they have to sell this to the wider audience. So the wider audience may not be impressed with this trailer. But for a fan who's just happy to get the third game, you know, it reminds me of the old Shenmue games, but more up to date. It's kind of what I felt like Shenmue 1 and 2 should have looked like on the PS4 and Xbox One and the PC when they remade the game or remastered or HD remastered, whatever they did. That almost feels like what it should have looked like. So yeah, it may not be up to the standard of today's time, which might hurt them for the greater audience. But for me, I'm totally sold. That graphics is fine. If the facial details don't get worked out, that's probably going to hurt the wider audience. But for me, I'd be like, I can overlook that. I can walk around, I can enjoy the world, and finally experience the rest of the game. I mean, take your favorite game, and that's story-driven. If they told you, hey, we can't make it look any better, we can't keep it up to today's standards, it's been like 5 years, but we'll at least allow you to experience it in a way that's still updated compared to the old game, but at least playable, you'd probably be like, alright, you know what, I'm happy, I can at least play the game. Yeah, it may not look like the best looking game there are today, but it's an upgrade compared to the last one, and it looks pretty good. Overall detail, I mean, it's not a bad looking game. I can't really say it. Actually, I feel like it captures the old games, like, flaws that you would say they have now perfectly. I mean, he looks great. Unfortunately, can't tell the voice acting yet because it wasn't in English. It was only in Japanese. But you know what? I don't see this as bad. Compared to the earlier screenshots, this has made a big difference, and it's kind of blah here and there compared to the newest high-def games that you're seeing coming out for trailers. But for the Shenmue series, it looks like a great upgrade. It keeps kind of like what they had in the past to today really well, and I'm excited. The greatest thing that I liked is this old man right here. I think it means that we're going to have training that we can do just like in the old game to upgrade our levels, to make ourselves more powerful and learn new moves. That was one of the favorite things I had in the old game. It was like I liked going out, practicing my moves, learning new moves, upgrading my character, so that every time I played, I got a little bit better. I got to do more fighting, a little bit different. Like right here, it looks like he's practicing, and the more you practice this, and the fight scene right here, the more you practice that, you know, maybe update some of your stats. And the one thing I liked about the old Shenmue games was the fighting. It was different than a lot of games, and a lot of people say don't like the fight style, but I liked it. It just had its own uniqueness to it. And when you saw this trailer and you hear the movement and the fight, it really looks like the old game, just updated. And I think, to me, that's all you really needed for the fans to be happy. Will that translate to the other people? Who knows? But first and foremost, the fans of the series should be happy, because the odds are this is probably the only game we're ever going to get, unfortunately. And if you went off too far, you would have upset the fans. So they kind of had to find this middle ground, and I think they're almost there. If they work on those little details, I think it'll be fine. The question is how many do they have to sell to call it a success, and how many will actually sell is the big question. I know myself, I'm getting one through the Kickstarter, and I'll probably get one when it comes out as like another piece to put up on my shelf that's new, not open, and play the one I get from Kickstarter. But overall, it doesn't look bad. I'm satisfied. You know, we still have a couple more months. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed back, because these little details people are talking about could make them feel they might need to push the game back longer. I hope that's not the case. August is coming up soon. They're probably going to work all the way up until July. So right now they're probably in crunch time, and it's looking good. Overall, I like it. Yeah, there's those little details, but it's a work in progress. Those are probably what they're working on right now, and they wanted to get us a trailer, and they did. I like it. I actually would wish that, Sega would take some notes and be like, you know what, maybe that's what we should make, Shenmue 1 and 2 updated look like. Redo the graphics and make it look like that. But yeah. Okay, guys. That's it. I was happy to see this trailer. I'm excited, like I've said many of times. Really, anything to continue the story, I would have been happy. So I guess I'm not the best representation of, selling this game. But overall, I think even a new fan might enjoy it, especially if they played the new 1 and 2 on the PS4. This would be an upgrade. So for them, if you compare it to the old game to the new one, it's like, oh yeah, okay, this is more up to date. And I really hope they put it on the Switch, because that would be lovely. Alright guys, let me know what you think of Shenmue. Is that a series you like? If you've never played it before, is this a game you might want to play? Also, I hope they do like a movie before the game starts to kind of like catch you up on the story for those new fans that never played the old game, because obviously they're not kind of working with Sega, so they can't do anything different. So hopefully there's some type of movie or something like that. Or maybe Sega will do something to celebrate it. I don't know. Because they did do that with the second one. They had a little movie of the first game when it came over to the Xbox to kind of let people know where they're at in the story. So here's hoping. Alright guys, let me know if you liked the game, or if the trailer, what you didn't like about the trailer, and I'll see you next time.